Hey YouTubers, it's Fox. So, let's do today's video for, D&D recap. So, today's recap probably isn't going to be that big, mostly because, today's, game it wasn't really short, but it was one big battle, basically. So they had finally gotten to the Colosseum, and the first thing that happened was there were a bunch of tables spread out, and each table had the team name on it, and apparently they decided to name their team Team Hentai. If you know what that means, good for you, because that's kind of bad. Anywho. At their table there was food and drinks for them to fill up for the fights ahead. And after that they were taken down to the places where they will sleep. And basically they just stayed there. Now, they're not allowed to leave the Colosseum, or else they will be considered forfeiting. So they had, Inazuma had his followers act as contractors so that they could leave and buy stuff for them. They did a high enough, their fight was tomorrow, their fight for tomorrow was listed as the second fight of the day. And they for the people they were fighting against the Beast People, the Cryptic the Cryptic Rangers, and question marks. And they made a high enough knowledge engineering check to figure out that the Beast People, they had a resistance to weapons unless they were silver, because they were werewolves and such. So they had the cohorts, or the followers, go out and buy some silver on their weapons and stuff added to them. So they were ready for the battle tomorrow. And when the battle came around, they were in the Colosseum area watching the first round go by. And the first round was the Holy Knights versus One of Us versus the Lumberjacks versus the Dark Side of the Moon. Now, the Holy Knights were two paladins on horses, and the One of Us was a psionic, just one psionic. The Lumberjacks were three guys with hand axes, three humans. And the Dark Side of the Moon was Lunas's team, basically Akira's brother. And so they were watching, and the first thing that happened was at the beginning of all this, before the one they were eating, Inazuma's character was trying to make a deal with the Lumberjacks, and they were agreeing that they would help. And first round into the match, and their heads explode because of the psionic. Had this planned ahead of time, so I was laughing when he was trying to make the deal with the Lumberjacks. And then the Holy Knights charged after Lunas, and basically the Bard in their team just went up and mind controlled them, made them turn around, charge towards the psionic, killing the psionic, and then having them turn against each other and just stabbing each other in the heart, killing them instantly. They didn't even leave the elevator, or yeah, I guess that's what you could call it. the elevator that they took up, and then they just went right back down. That fight didn't last long, and then then the second round, which was their fight, they went up, and the Cryptic Rangers were 3 drow that they could not see because they had darkness cast, and the other team was the Beast People, which was 2 werewolves and 2 rats. And the final team, question marks, were 2 giant goblins. And so the first thing that happened was whatchamacallit? The were-rats were stealth, so they couldn't be seen. And the goblins started moving out. Their team, Team Hentai, was kind of moving into a more of a defensive position, waiting for them to come at them. Not moving too much, just moving a little forward. While the werewolves were moving pretty far. One started moving towards a goblin, one started moving towards drow. And this fight lasted a pretty long time because, well, it's 4 teams going up against each other. It's obvious who the winner was, but some highlights of this fight were one of the werewolves actually tricked the goblin into not attacking him and attacking their team. And then the werewolf started heading over towards the drow to help them his other werewolf friend out, because that werewolf is also trying to get the drow on their side. But the drow kind of rolled a 20 on sense motive, so yeah, didn't believe anything. Let's see, what else? A lot of fighting. Goblins had over 100 HP each. All these guys had a high HP. Some of them had like AC of 27. They had some ridiculous stats, but they weren't tough at all, I noticed. Well, they weren't that tough. I mean, it took them the entire day to take all 4 of them out. It took until from like 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So it took 4 hours to take down these 4 teams. We took a break in between, obviously, for pizza and food and all that. But, yeah. At one point, the cleric cast Dispel Magic to get rid of the darkness so that they could fight the drow. And, at one point, Leviacus just stood at the one end of the drow and just kept using Breath of Fire. And, when there was only 1 drow left, he cast... Oh, no, when there was 1 were-rat left, he cast Fireball. Not just killing, but incinerating and disintegrating the were-rat. Some of the funny things that happened today were, at one point, they were mocking the bard on Lunas' team, so there was an arrow fired at them, because I liked being a dick. It didn't hit him, obviously, but still, warning shot. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah, almost forgot. Lola has joined back in, the Hedge Witch, and was doing a shit ton of damage to the enemy. I mean, she only has a +7 to her attack bonus, and can still get kills most of the time with her bow. She is one of the most strongest and can heal, so that's also really good. Anywho, I think that'll be all for this. Let's recap for Dungeons & Dragons. See you guys next time when they have to fight a Chimera. Ha ha ha. Yep, that's what they're going to be fighting next in the Colosseum. But that's all for this time. see you guys next time when there's a lot more fun to be had. Bye.